What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 21 Ultimate Team video. We got a bunch of Madden and Madden Ultimate Team news in today's video, so we're going to be covering a bunch of different things, but really quick. All right, so to start this video, I seriously need your input, guys. I need your help. A lot of times in videos, I ask you a question, leave it down below in the comments. I'm sure a lot of you brush it off, but I truly need you to answer this one because I'm in a bit of a dilemma as a content creator. It appears that the cycle for Tuesdays, Team of the Week, is that they're going to announce the cards in the Good Morning Madden stream Tuesday morning, and then the content's going to come out about 2 p.m. I need to know, would you guys rather prefer me doing the video as soon as the content is announced, so a morning video with announced content, or should I rather just wait and do the video later in the afternoon when the content's actually out in-game and we can kind of put our hands on it, use the controller, go over it within the console? Because I don't want to be repetitive and put out the same video twice every week. It's not my style of content, so I need your help. Which one would you prefer? The news and notes that we're going to get, put to us, or actually in-game stuff? I would probably prefer doing the in-game stuff in case anything changes or there's just stuff that it's easier to explain while I have the controller in my hand. But if you guys prefer the other way around, let me know. So with all that being said, in this video, we are going to go over the content that's coming out later this afternoon. Just remember a few things. Team of the Week is usually coming out about 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesdays. Weekend League rewards will shortly follow that, if not right at 2 p.m. as well. So don't get, in a panic. Also, if you show that you got your 10 Weekend League wins, but it shows you're not qualified for the coming weekend, don't freak out. Don't worry. Usually after 2 o'clock on Tuesdays, maybe a little bit later, that updates and says that you're qualified. I see that question reoccurring a lot, whether it's on Twitter or my Discord or Twitch, so it's okay. So we're going to go over the 4 Team of the Week cards that are coming out. So the first one is going to be the Player of the Week, which is Dak Prescott. 4 touchdowns, a really big comeback against the Falcons. And so Dak gets himself the 89 overall card. This is the set card. So this one is going to require some of these other Team of the Week guys' cards to be put into a set. If you do it, you get the 89 Dak. For today's video, we will drop it when it comes out as well, the in-content stuff, so we can actually go over it. But I just wanted to show you guys the card. The limited card is going to be Mark Andrews. A lot of conversation on Twitter and in my mentions about this one. He only had 1 catch for 25 yards. I need you guys to understand, the limited card, this is the limited, right? The limited card is based off a past year's performance. So last week, TJ Watt got a card for a 2018 performance, I believe it was. Mark Andrews is getting a card. You can probably look up why, but it's based off of a previous year's performance, not this week, not 2020. So that's why he's getting a card. And then the 2 set cards, the Legends. The first one is DeQuell Jackson. A lot of people complaining last night on Twitter about this pick. If you ignore the name and look at the stats, this is a pretty solid card. A lot of people aren't using middle linebacker, so that devalues it a little bit. But guys, stop getting hung up on the names. Look at the stats on the card. Here's my thing about this MUT community sometimes. We all cry and complain when the same people get the same cards every year at the same time, but then as soon as EA gives us some new names, just because they're not popular names, all of a sudden now we hate it. This community drives me insane. It's so bipolar sometimes. It's unbelievable. I think this is a good card. Will I go after it? Probably not, but this is not a bad card at all. And then the final one, another Colts receiver, Marvin Harrison. They probably could have picked somebody else this week, but Marvin Harrison also went to Syracuse, so I am all for it. Marvin Harrison, Colts theme team owners, pretty happy this week. They got Reggie Wayne over the weekend. Marvin Harrison, DeQuell Jackson actually played for the Colts. I don't know how they're going to do power-ups in these scenarios, like Arian Foster, DeQuell, those guys that are getting, Marvin Harrison as well. I don't know if they're going to get power-ups eventually or how that's going to work, but hopefully very soon. So those are your 4, I guess we'll just call them master cards. The limited, the 3 set cards, 4 Team of the Week. The guys that got Team of the Week upgrades, and remember, this is going through the power-up system now. There's no brand new cards that you need to power these guys up or to make these guys better, but they're only getting +1. We got Khalil Mack, Christian McCaffrey, Marlon Humphrey, Harold Landry, Stephon Diggs, Aaron Jones. I will say this. I didn't think that Khalil Mack and CMC would get cards this week. And part of me thinks that they got these upgrades just based off of their name. Yes, they had pretty solid games, but there were other guys that deserve cards out there. I think this does show a little bit of the flaw in the system that is Team of the Week, but I also think I don't want the community to get hung up on a couple names saying all of a sudden this promo is bad. It's okay. Both things can be true. You can like this promo, but this week could not be for you or not be the greatest. I don't think it's a bad week. I just didn't think Khalil Mack and CMC deserved cards. You know, Tyler Higbee definitely should have got a card, and I think the flaw in the system right now is that if they don't have a power-up, they're not going to get a Team of the Week. Now, could they be getting future content? Absolutely. But I think the way EA fixes this, and I don't know if they'll do it or not, but I hope they do, is build more power-ups into the game. If Tyler Higbee had a really good game, in which he did against my Eagles, I'm admitting it right here live on YouTube, give that man a power-up today, and also give him his, his +1, or just, whatever overall you want to make him. Give him a power-up. Hopefully that's, because if we're going to deal with this every single week where it's only the base power-up guys are getting upgrades, it's not going to be good because, some of these guys are going to need their upgrades, but there's some guys that are going to get left behind. Now, they talked about future programs, team standouts, things like that will address some of these guys, but I don't know if it'll address it enough. But I don't want to just jump off a ledge and say, oh my god, Team of the Week is horrible, because that's what I saw in my mentions today on Twitter, and I don't get it. It's okay if they miss up. I don't want to say it's okay. I'm making excuses there. If they mess up on a couple names, it doesn't cancel everything in the world. This is still a good program. The way that they built it out this year is a really big W. There's lots of higher overall cards out there, and they're not incredibly unaffordable. The set cards are good. They're not that tough to do. Of course, the limited's going to, be based off pack luck, and if you want to spend money and yada, yada, yada. But this program, for what it is, only second weekend, it's still good. They just missed out on some names this week, and they're going to miss out on more names going forward. It's just going to happen. Tomorrow in MUT, we are getting veterans, so it's Wild Card Wednesday. We know that we're going to be getting 5 cards every Wednesday from promos or programs that we're familiar with. I thought it would be flashbacks tomorrow, but it's going to be veterans. And Kralo specifically said the overalls on these cards are going to be good money. A lot of times, well, I shouldn't say a lot of times, but all times last year, veterans were like, they're not usable. They're good for theme teams, that's it. I'm guessing they're going to be 89 overalls, just like heavyweights from last week, so that's really good news. Hopefully we get some good names. I'm sure they'll probably tease 1 or 2 of them tonight on Twitter, but tomorrow, of course, we'll have content and videos for it. Veterans coming out, really looking forward to that. Hopefully I get a name or a card or 2 that I can use on the squad. And then last, a new patch came out. It's out right now. You can go download it on all platforms. I'm not about to go through the entire patch notes, but I will link this down below in the comment section. There'll be a pinned comment with the website to the patch notes here. Some of the general things that are being fixed are gameplay, obviously. There's some new abilities added. The new abilities are right there on your screen. I don't know how I feel about them. We'll just have to see how they play out. I didn't really understand this one, though. The Enforcer update, it basically said that hit stick tackles were happening too frequently. I don't know what game they've been playing, but the hit sticks are not happening, or fumbles are not happening frequently at all. So I don't understand that one. They said they updated the QB slide functionality. I hope that makes giving yourself up or committing with non-quarterbacks smoother, because the QB slide functionality, well, you could hold it down instead of double tapping it. They fixed that. I thought that feels way more smoother than every other ball carrier. So we'll have to see how that plays out. They fixed jurtling being kind of broken and overpowered. But again, you can read through all of these notes yourself. A lot of them are very, highly worded, and I'm not doing that. I'm a MUT guy, right? But I'm just curious to see how the game plays after the patch. I heard they nerfed Jumbo, which is a formation that a lot of pros are using. Hopefully things don't get out of hand and the game doesn't start playing like crap, because once they start overpatching things, that's when the game gets bad. It's happened several years, and in my opinion, the game's playing pretty well. There's some obvious bugs that need to be fixed. I'll be totally honest with you, I don't know if the chew clock bug is fixed in this patch, but if it's not, I will be disappointing. I'm pretty sure that it will be. Actually, it says it right here. Updated logic to address player feedback that the play clock would wind down to the point where pre-snap adjustments were difficult to execute. So, as I did not know if that was going to be updated, it is. One last thing to talk about. It says address an exploit where users could complete one-play challenges and get bonus XP. So, a lot of people are worried that the Jack Youngblood solo has been nerfed. I tested it pre-patch and it has not. I'm going to go ahead and test it now post-patch and see if it is, and I'll explain what it is in a moment here. So I ran the solo, and as you can see on your screen, Jack Youngblood solo still getting 150 XP, so those patch notes are not referring to this specific solo. Also, if you're wondering why I have a team here that's level 20 and 70 overall, we are going to be starting a no money spent series very soon. I'm kind of working on it right now. We created the account, the Great Value Goon, so stay tuned for that. But Jack Youngblood, the level solo, or the epic solo that you can use to level up pretty quickly, is still good to go, still gives 150 XP. And then I also checked the other one, the Adrian Peterson, October 25th. You just basically got to get a one-play touchdown. This one still gives 170 XP, so we're still good to go on those. Patch notes must have been referring to something else, maybe some other exploit that I wasn't aware of, and maybe a lot of people were not. And that's all I got. We'll be back later this afternoon with Weekend League rewards and Team of the Week update. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.